Vincenzo's Gold Crypto Investing this March the 12th, 2025, 12 p.m. on the dot, noon lunchtime update from just north of downtown Detroit, outside the work compound, underneath a gorgeous early spring, bright blue, light blue, crystal clear skies and beautiful sunshine. Jay, do you know what the current temperature is? What is the current temperature? 63 degrees. Jay, we ask you to bell notification and comment down below and like the channel to continue to get these first mover advantage updates. If we look at the gold and silver bullion market, we're starting to have another nice run up in the gold and silver bullion market, and $3,538 is our target. And you would know if you were a first mover advantage, if you've been subscribed to Vincenzo's Gold Crypto Investing, if you're young members of Jabroni Killers, for an industry cheap and best value of $3.95. If you've been around since we started our channel in March or April of 2020, right about here, the price of gold bullion was at $1,661, and we put a price target all the way up there at $3,500, and that was greater than a 110% move from where the current price of gold bullion was at, because we diagnosed out this nearly 14-year, or at the time, a 12-year cup and handle where we had our pump one, our rounding bottom that formed the cup, and our bear market consolidation, our run back up to the neckline that briefly made a new all-time high, but established our neckline on the cup at about $1,920. Then we formed into this handle, part of the cup and handle. You go from the bottom to the neckline to the point of a breakout, and that's how we got our target up there at 35.38. You would have got that first mover advantage. You would have got that education that you need, and you would have understood that the gold bullion was about to go on a massive bull market, and it's been on a massive bull market ever since about its final bottom in September of 2018. From September of 2018 till current price, it's up 152%. But since we made that call, it's up greater than 100%, from 1,600 and change all the way up to $2,979 at the current price today. And you would have understood, and that's the power of old Vincenzo's Gold Crypto Investing, and that's the value, most importantly, is you get the truth and the education and information that you need to stay out ahead of these ever-changing crypto, monetary markets, and stock market, to give you the upper hand, or to push the odds into your favor, as you would say at the casino, to heighten your chances of success. And we're on our way up there to our target. The silver bullion has been on a nice push back to the upside since it hit a $34.40 regional high late last year. But if you've been following us too with that first mover advantage, you know we have this massive, massive cup and handle that we've been in. And this is a couple of decade long cup and handle. If we go into the monthly time frame, you can see back in 1980 we hit 49.61, and back in 2011 we hit 48.98, and that's another cup and handle. Then we went in with our handle consolidation right here, just like the price of gold had. See that? There's your handle consolidation right there, down and sideways. This is a massive cup and handle, and you can see rounding bottom, neckline, handle. Now we're threatening to break out, and as soon as you get back up to that neckline and break out, of course, now we're getting all kinds of notifications, so we'll do that. As soon as you break out of that cup and handle right here, I believe in the short term, you're going to get close to $100 a share, or medium term. The silver likes to do it quickly, but often can be frustrating because it takes a little bit longer and it lags gold. But I think in the shorter term, we're going up to $48 target. We're going to hit that $48 target, and that's going to hyper pump the mining stocks and the silver mining stocks. And then I believe we could have a longer term target up near $100 or a little bit higher, but $50 is my current target. And we've been talking about that ever since 2020 when we came on board here at the same time in early 2020, the price of silver was at $17. Since then, the price of silver is up $93, and we have our first call target of 182.69% move from where we came on board on this station. B2 Gold's finally had a little reaction. It's having another up day. It's trying to break out of this falling channel that it's been in ever since the 736 COVID high, and I have a $9.37 target on that. Kinross Gold has been my best performing gold stock. It's been on a tear the last 2 years from about 250. Where was our swing low? 302, and it's been as high as $12.15. It's sitting at current price today, $11.46, and I believe we're going to a new all-time high up here around $30, and $20 is our next target. We're at more than a 14-year high when we hit that $12.15. I'm very, very bullish on Kinross Gold. The position that I'm in is up greater than 120% now. Barrick Gold, I'm extremely bullish on too. I think Barrick Gold's going to get back up near that 25 and get back up near that COVID pump high of $30.69. And I think eventually we're going to have to make a run at its all-time high up there near $50. First Majestic Silver, I'm extremely bullish on too, especially with the future price of silver. I think this stock is still very, very cheap, and I'm still forecasting in the coming years, we have at least a 2 to 3.5x move from current price. But then I also believe this and Fortuna Silver, you could end up in price discovery where you make a new plateau and a new high. Not saying it's going to go up to $68, but I'm saying I think this one had a high of 27.22 back in 2010, 2011 before the bear market started. I think this one's going to end up in price discovery, and it's going to end up near a new all-time high. The same thing with Fortuna Silver. It's all-time high. It's both double tops back in 2020 and about 2015, it looks like, was up there near $10. I believe we're going to breach that. And I think this could be a $15 or $20 stock in the coming years, especially as silver continues up. Pan America Silver, I'm very, very bullish on. And I think Pan America Silver could be the next $100 silver stock. I have a decent acquisition in Pan America Silver. I've been buying for several years. My average price combined between the two areas that I hold it is at about $20 even. And I'm very bullish on Pan America Silver. I believe we're going to breach this all-time high, and I think this has a chance to go up near $100 a share in the future. I am not a financial advisor. These are just my own personal opinions, and we're in a bit of a short to medium-term swing trade in Metallo royalties, as I think from current price, we could shoot up over the next few months back up into that $6.50, and that would be about 130 to 140% flip, and then I would take out of that. But I think we're due for a nice mini bull run here, as we've been on a massive decline ever since hitting that $13.68 top. Now let's get into a couple of the coins. This was just a lunchtime update, but I thought we needed to talk about a little bit of the gold market because it's been having such a beautiful last few days, and I thought it was important that we talk about it. If we look at the gold, the Bitcoin price has had a big down day. It's essentially given up the gains that it had the start the work week. And if we go into the daily here, we can see what's going on. The Bitcoin price had a miniature rally. Look at that. We're having our bearish cross, and it's confirmed. Ring, 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 ring. It might have happened overnight or last night's update. We've now crossed in a bearish cross of the 50 underneath the 100. The 200 is still ever so slightly trending down. If we zoom into the daily time frame or the hourly time frame, you can see we had that little bit of a run up from just above the 73,956 target all the way up to 84,580. Then we got rejected just below the 200-day moving average in the daily. And I think now this time around, we're going to come and retest and hit our target here of $73,000. Then you might have a little bit of a short-term rally or spike back. And then eventually, you're going to have a golden bearish cross as we work our way out into the future, as I believe this is the head and shoulders topping out reversal pattern that you're in. And when you have the golden bearish cross where the 50 gets underneath the 200 right there in green, that later on in the future on a return rally off of this 73,000 will drive the price all the way down here to that neckline at 58,903 and change. And then you could have a nice substantial several week to a month or two rally to build out, which would be the right shoulder that you can see right here. We would have to build out this right shoulder here for the head and shoulders reversal pattern. Then I believe eventually when it breaks down closer to the end of the year, we're going to have a swing low of 32,366.05. That's the power of Vincenzo's Gold Crypto Investing. You would have been on top of the potential head and shoulders topping out reversal pattern when we were right there. And it was only speculation. And now, just like the XRP is showing to be true, Bitcoin dominance, and yes, that's another reason you need to become members of Jabroni Killers. Bitcoin dominance, though, if we look at this, we had what we were talking about the other day last night. If you wanted to have a nice run in the Bitcoin, the altcoin market, you would have to have the dominance, have a big fall, something in the quick span, maybe like this, or even some of these smaller ones where you crash in the dominance in a quick time, coming back maybe down to that 58.511% dominance. If you could come down like that, still don't want to buy you. That would be enough to have a nice rally in some of these altcoins that have been suppressed and oppressed. And you can see by the dominance going down a little bit, the XLM price has had the bearish cross. We talked about yesterday how you could get a little bit of a short-term rally here, and we've had a short-term rally bouncing off of that 25-cent level, and we got up to the 200-day moving average in the daily time frame. That's what this is right there. That's the 200 in the daily at about 28.5 cents. We got rejected initially off of it, but we'll see if we can't build up and maybe try to come up to the 50-day moving average in the daily time frame. And that's something that we'll get more into tonight. But we were talking about we could have a nice little relief rally after hitting a support zone, kind of like you had there and kind of like you had there after the wick. But and at the end of it, though, it's going to break down. And I believe 18 cents is your next major move. And then you could have a nice pump from 18 cents, maybe back up to near that 30 cents. XRP is another coin. We talked about the potential bounce off the neckline. And maybe if you watched last night's video, that's another reason to become members of Jabroni Killers. We talked about how it could bounce off of that $2.09 neckline and could trade in between the 50-day that's sitting at 245 and the 100-day that's sitting at 296 before it gets rejected and comes down to the potentially that $1.85 level. And the power of Vincenzo's Gold Crypto Investing is you would have known and you would have seen and you would have had the education and information and be informed that we were in a head and shoulders topping out reversal pattern. We're now continuing the process of the breakdown of the neckline in the right shoulder, and I believe we will come down to $1.29 by the end of this pattern. And then we have a future pattern that could be taking place after that. Become members of Jabroni Killers, help spread the movement and the power of this channel to right the ship, to change the perspective and change the assumptions and the negative press that the crypto field has, that it's all fleecing and heisting and all paid promoters on the mainstream or on social media, as we're trying to build an organization here of truth and information, most importantly, to keep you out ahead of the ever-changing market, to keep you informed, to keep a level head. And the more subscribers we have, our road to 10,000 subscribers starts with you. Members of Jabroni Killers help support the channel to help get this movement and the word out to more and more people. Peace and love, the Rex Eyebrow J.